8 days sober. I'm Jeremy Peart. Yes, I've made it to the bottom of the 8th day. Still nothing cracking. But my motherfucking e-cigarette. Started to wonder if this thing is what's fucking up my stomach. I've honestly gone also since June 9th without even a new picture of my children. It really fucking sucks. That's a long time. It's a long time. In 8 days sober, I can honestly say that my mind don't feel no different. Don't feel different at all. There's no possibility that what people say about me when I am and when I'm not, that makes sense. Because my entire life I've never been able to fully, without being medicated, to stay on topic. I can bounce around, jump around, damn near like crisscross off the wall, If you remember that old shit, crisscross. I got that tape still to this day. It's in my storage. I'm losing, but yeah. Shouts out, I see a one jumping in and out. I'm just sitting here in the green light. Shouts out Daily Dabber. He gave me a kick-ass idea to do an upload a minute ago with I had put the zebra face on Tupac, and I said Thug Life. That shit was funny, but it's all in a fucked up voice, so you know, it is what it is. Check it out if you're on the IG. And anybody that ever commented on the last 2 posts of the love of my life, you might as well just unfriend me. I noticed a lot of family members and a lot of friends of mine that had commented on it, and that hurts. Because if you read what that says, either you trying to holler at my ex or something. I know my homie, young 420 Life, he ain't, he's happy. I know he ain't. I know a couple other people ain't, you know, like my grandma, but, you know, people really need to read what that shit says. Because, you know, back a long time ago, she had posted some stuff. It wasn't discrediting or anything like that. It was just that she felt she had lost me back. It was around our I've been devastated since I wasn't able to come home when I was working over the mountains at the 502 when they were ripping me off. Not paying me, this and that. I'm not going sober. I'm far from going sober. I am sober because I ain't got no choice, man. I ain't got no choice. Ain't got no meds. I ain't seen nobody be able to get me medicated. I'm trying to sell my truck. You know? Can't even really see it right now. But, you know, I'm trying to sell my truck. This and that. yeah, I can't get a hold of no meds. I didn't bring none with me to the state, and I brought 3 grams with me. 3 grams, and I had me like an eighth of bud. The eighth of bud, I smoked that up when I was leaving court. After I left court, I went somewhere and I smoked. I'd uploaded a video. Smoked a blunt. Shit, my last blunt I smoked was this last Sunday. So today is the 8th day since I've taken me a couple small ass reclaim dabs that ain't felt like they've been shit. It's on here that I've been trying to take me a dab at night and shit. It ain't come out with shit. It ain't give me no mind change. I've been having to take me some Tylenol PM. But, I'm going to sit my ass back down because I be pacing and I be seeing that signal going out. So, between just puffing on this fucking thing, 24/7, that's all I've been doing. I wish my fucking shoulder would stop hurting so that way I could, at least at night. See, I can't even go for fucking long walks or anything. What up? What up, D? Acre. Act Niner. Donna K. I see 4 in the house. Shouts out to him. I can't go for walks in the neighborhood or anything like that because all the snakes, this is Arizona, all them rattlesnakes and shit, they all are over the roads right now. So, no man's land 83, all of you, cheers. Ain't no cheers here, man. Hey, I got my e-cig. 8 days. So yeah, I've been wanting to, I'd walk to the store right now. I'd walk to Circle K, chopping it up. Go get me a fountain drink or something. And it's like 0.7 miles away. But I can't even stroll because of all the rattlesnakes out in the street and shit. There's a bobcat up on the motherfucking back fence the other day. Graham's got a picture of. Got a couple pictures from coyote the other day. It was grubbing on some rabbits down in the wash behind here. Yeah, she told me. It's all good. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need to know it. Whatever happened, you gotta keep it to yourself. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for her. She had mentioned to me that there was some things said. It is what it is. Anybody that ever says something to somebody, what up, Dabber J? Johnny Dabber. I said Dabber J. Hey man, I'm 100% sober. 100% sober. I ain't smoked nothing in a week, man. Yeah, over a week now. Shit, it's been 7 days since I had me a cigarette. And it ain't by choice. It ain't by choice that I ain't smoke shit. Hey, it's a hella high off that AZ heat. Yeah. Nah. Far from fucking Yeah, going from the biggest fucking globber damn near on a constant basis on the YouTube on a daily. You know, you couldn't find nobody a year ago that was dabbing like me on the tube. Nobody. This day a year ago, I outglob anybody. Still to this day, you give me an ounce. Hey, I'll blaze that bitch. Slab dab. Yeah, man. But yeah, if people hear something on here that I'm stating, and you know, it's no different than she's made posts. My lady, the mother of my children, she's the love of my life. If anybody was to have gone to her and confronted her on some things, no different. She got the right to turn back because she mad that I even ever say anything on here in the first place. You know what I mean? Yada. You got to expect that. 100. You better expect that, because that is the reason why I love her, is because she stand up for herself. It's not. We all supposed to stand up for ourselves and what we believe in. So, you know, I can't say everything, because that wouldn't be right. I've said some things to her that have hurt her. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. That is a definite. They hurt me 10 times more, the thoughts that I had, but it's no different than what everybody's seen me going through in my trials and tribulations of the past fucking 6 months. So, yeah, a lot of people don't stand up for themselves. It's about doing what's right in this world. And still, right now, no different. I've done everything I possibly can. Since I've been here, even at my mother's house. You know, my mom, to this day, I'm going on 35 years old on August 31st. My own mother's never purchased a bed for me in my life that I honestly am aware of. Most recently, you know, she asked me if I wanted to stay here. I took her up on it. For the past week, she's asked me if I wanted her to pick up this bed. You know, for a mother of her children, of your children, no matter what, I'm sleeping on her couch, and she knows I need a bed. She ain't never even purchased me one. So, am I gonna beg her to go get me a fucking bed? No. I'd never ask my mom for a bed in my life. Never. Never. So, that is the fact right there on what and when somebody. Why would I do something that hurts in the first place? Feel me? You got to figure deal that. So, it was somebody at her work that offered it, and she's asked me a couple of times if I want it, and I told her, I said, you know, I need one. You know, I need one. I've needed one my whole life. I've had hand downs my whole life. The woman in my life, she has the bed that I purchased. I bought a bed the second I found out. The second I found out I was going to have a kid. I changed my life around. I went and bought a $3,000 bed because I knew that the woman that was pregnant with my kid was moving up with me, and I was going down to get her. I got it, like 2 weeks prior. A week prior. She's actually slept in that bed more than I ever did. And that's what it's about, you know. You do over and beyond for the people you love. over and beyond, 24/7, 24 fucking 7. Sober or not, I'm sane enough to know that. Always have. We always do what it takes to prove, you know, the little things that I've been trying to help around here. But I'm not going to exceed myself, no different, to overextend that, because it goes both ways. If I'm 24/7 helping somebody else out and you're putting yourself, them before you, what the fuck are you ever doing for yourself to better your situation? To me, that is the evil of others. And you know, you're supposed to put others before yourself, and that's what I've been doing 99% of my life. 99% of my life, I have helped others before myself. There is, I can't even count how many different people done felt the generosity of me. Hey, appreciate that. I ain't ever trying to be a good man. I'm just trying to do what's right in this world. Shouts out to Thug Doug and Dab Angel. Dab Angel had sent me some messages today that, you know, my brother's a pastor. Anybody that's followed me for a long time, I've mentioned he's not my youngest brother, but he's my little brother. He's my little big brother. I'll call him that. He's 3 years younger and he's fucking twice my size. Damn, it's muggy than a motherfucker out here. It's time to peel. It's time to peel. Oh, fuck. Pocky going up on the truck. So, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Dab Angel had sent me some scripture because I be going, oh, it's hot as hell. It's like 98 degrees and fucking 89% humidity, 90% humidity. You see that thunder in the background? I mean the lightning. I said you see the thunder in the background. Yeah. So, can you guys hear the frogs? The frogs are fucking going crazy. Yeah, I'd posted a picture earlier, right before it started raining, and it was like 100 and yeah, a bunch of them Colorado toads, you know, a bunch of them Colorados. Yeah. So anybody that's ever seen me all fucking like hyped like I even am right now, paid $409 for a blower and I have to wait 3 days. Wow, this is 91. Fuck, homie. Man, I ought have sold you an AC unit. I'd have definitely sold you an AC unit. I got me like 8 AC units up there in Washington, 8,000 BTU, and then I got like 3 18,000 BTU. Oh, nothing. She just was sending me some spiritual stuff, this and that, and I got to admit, at this time, I'm not very spiritual, not at all. No different than that's why I blocked my own little brother. I told him to stop texting me because my little brother texts me scripture every day. You know, trying to. My little brother has a YouTube. He by all means, if anybody's ever looking for scripture and this and that, and you definitely need the Lord's word. Once lost ministry. Once lost ministry. So I'm very, very just hurting at the moment. I'm not willing to. I pray every night. Every night I pray. As I have for years. Majority of my life. I pray and this and that. I pray for a new difference for the next day. Hey. I pray for people to realize the help and pray for others to, help themselves to realize the help that maybe others may need before themselves. You know, that's really. I pray for forgiveness for all the wrong that I've ever done. You know, I'm not here to say, hey, he only helps people that truly need his help. And, he only walks with the weak. He only walks with the weak. And that's the number one thing to remember is the whole time we sitting here trying to be strong and make it through it and this and that, you ain't really needing fully on his help. And that's a fact. Hey, shouts out. I see up to 8 people up in there. So I have my whole life, you know, I can't sit here and tell you I know full on scripture because unfortunately to this day, as I've proven to my little brother a gazillion times, you know, he sends me music. I have all the CDs that me and my little brother had ever collected. You know, growing up listening to all Bay Area rap. That's all I've ever listened to. That's all I've ever listened to. It's all about that Bay. About the, you know, anybody putting it down. Up till Kevin Gates. You know, I dipped up into the South a bit, you know. But, them underground kings, you know, UGK. I go a little bit east, but, you know, like Cannabis or, you know, I get down with some Nas or something. But my brother, he's always tried to get me on some new stuff and some artists that, you know, switched it up to gospel rap and stuff. I don't feel it. I've never been able to feel it. So, hey, when it comes down to I don't ever know. I don't ever know. Hey, these frogs is loud. Oh, I'm fucking sticky. Dr. Pepper. The limited edition. What? So yes, I want to say thank you to Dab Angel and Thug Dub. You know, as Dab Angel, and by all means, I know 100% what people are trying to say. It's not that I don't believe in the Lord right now. It's hard to stop accepting the pain that you feel every day when literally it feels like somebody's fucking gutting me every single day. And when you feel that, that's some real shit. To be gutted every single fucking day. Like I said, June 9th was the last time I received pictures of my kids. And that was of my boy. Cheers. Yeah, I love more than anything. Love more than anything the pictures that I've received of the love of my life. But no different. How would you feel if you miss your blood, your creations so much, and a person that helped you create them sends you more pictures of them feeling better about themselves than they do of your own children? So glad you're feeling better about yourself, you know? I wish I knew a way to feel better about myself without making it seem like I'm being selfish. Because that's all that keeps being thrown at me is I'm being selfish in all my actions. I went from 8 to 3, got 3 thumbs up. You must be the 3 to kick it the most. Yeah, I'd have definitely hooked you up with an AC unit, man. You know, I got a bunch of them. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I don't forget nothing. I was talking to my stepdad yesterday when we went down to Costco, right quick to go get a pizza. My grandma had ordered. And on the way down there, you know, he's been around since I was 15, 16. Hey, appreciate that, homie. So he had been around since I was 15 and a half, 16. Excuse me. He's been around over half my life. Him and my mom been married for 15 years. And I turned to him yesterday. It didn't take but a couple minutes. We got out of the cul-de-sac, and I had to tell him, I said, homie, thank you. I've called him homie since the day I met him. I rarely ever called him by his name. I call him homie. It hurt him if I didn't. You know, like how we know each other as homies, he's the furthest thing from how we know as a homie. But I was just like, when I met him, I was like, oh, homie. You know, he was in a Versace suit asking me if he could take my mom out on a date. And Daily, what up, my boy? So uh, MVP. Hey, Daily Dabber's the MVP. Daily Dabber, he been around for moons, man. You know, so I turned to my stepdad when we was getting out the cul-de-sac, getting back to that one, and I had to thank him. I said, you know, homie, thank you. I said, I love you, and thank you for being there more than my father ever has. I could guarantee that looks like a fucking bobcat walking across the street out there. It might have been down the cul-de-sac. That motherfucker just creeped across the fucking road. That motherfucker was big. Oh wait. So hey, them motherfuckers is quick. I'd have skirted down there right quick if. So I had to tell that my homie, man, I love you. Thank you. I don't know where I'd be today, and I don't know the man that I'd be, because this guy has never done a drug in his life. His dad was a police officer. He's an ex-sheriff. He is just recently, in the past 6 months, retired from the military. He went full active duty 9/11. Had retired. He was a correctional officer. He took a job as a correctional officer because he couldn't get back on with the airfield. The reason my mom and I told him he's more of my dad than my dad's ever been. Just because a individual pays child support for you for your whole life, till you're 18, that don't make somebody your father. That makes somebody, you was a bill. You was a fucking payment. No different than, and hey, you think I talked to my dad on Father's Day? My actual blood father? No. But you best believe that me and homie, we talked. He told me Happy Father's Day, and I told him. And told him I loved him and thank you. And he did too. So, like I say, I had to tell him, you my dad, and thank you. It's no different. We was watching that show Suits, and there was somebody on there that the guy, this gentleman, he and my mom took the voluntary layoff from Boeing. Is how they ended up in Arizona. They moved down here. They was going to restart. My mom was going to go what she did with the court system. And when they took the voluntary layoff, instead of getting pink slips in 99, when they was handing out all them Boeing pink slips. A lot of people, his best friend that passed away about 10 years ago, he ended up moving down here trying to, he lost his marriage, he lost everything to the Boeing situation. Known a lot of people that took that loss. A lot of people in the Boeing situation up in Washington. And yep. Yeah, my stepdad was a head safety inspector for Boeing. And then he came down here expecting to work for like Raytheon or something like that. He's working for one of them now. They hired him on when he retired from the military. He make bread now. Make, good money. Still nowhere near what they were at Boeing. They made good money at Boeing. Both of them did. My mom still did what she does for the court system. She was a legal secretary for, and paralegal secretary for Boeing for X amount of years. You know, for all the attorneys and stuff. So for him never to have children, when he married my mom and chose to be with my mom, he accepted she had a 19-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old boy, and a 13-year-old boy. My youngest brother is from my dad's ex-wife. So it really comes down to it that, you know, I got 3. There's a total of us of 4 from my dad. I have 4 siblings. 3 siblings total. You know, not including me. And it breaks my heart that I tried to get a hold of him every time I've been up there in Washington. Before I left the first time, I called him on his birthday because February 2nd was the day that the love of my life and my kids drove away. And I asked him, you know, can you come and hang out with me? And I told him what I was dealing with. I called him bawling, crying. So, but for an individual, and like he told me, he said he never really knew how to relate with children because he never had one. And that's what he told me. He said, you know, I have never really, you know, he's held my children and this and that, and don't know him as Papa. But it really comes down to it. He gave up that opportunity. You know what I mean? He can be 60 here. You know, yeah, we can have him till we about 70 as men. But my mom, she can never have children again. So when he chose to be with her, he chose us as much as he chose them. And here I am, a little gangbanger at the time. I live thug life, you know. Hey, I've been told I like a white pock my majority of my life. So he will always be my dad, homie. Homie will always be my dad. And you know, he don't actually know. You can't ever imagine being in a gang. Hey, once you down, you always down. You always down. You know, you can change your ways and this and that, and you can get yourself out of the situations. But that's one thing you can never take out of your heart. I feel I don't bang, but because I ain't ever banged on nobody in years. But it comes down to it, I'm gonna show my respect because that's what it is. It's a respect thing, and it always has been. Because no different than the reason why I hit the street was because my dad was a punk. He got punked numerous times, and I wasn't ever going to be one of them that got punked. So, you know, I guarantee hey, I cussed to the bone. I came into this world. Hey, when I came into the world, the doc slapped my ass, cleaned out my mouth, and got me to scream. Cleaned off my little dinghy, and they dressed me in blue. You know what I'm saying? That was the last time I was in red. When they cleaned me off. Ain't nobody to this day ever seen me in no red. So, if you could take that as what anybody want, I ain't trying to hate on nobody, but you ain't gonna see me dipped. You ain't gonna see me dipped, flamed out. Now, I did tell the love of my life that the next shirt that I buy is gonna be dominating red, but there is gonna be blue on it. No different than any ink that I've ever put in my body. I've tried adding some color to it. Black and blue ink both come out the same damn color on my skin. My back was done in a blue cross, and my chest was done, you know, but it still come out all blue. I don't even know if I've ever even shown. Here, you guys want to see my tattoo on my back? Ain't no prejudice about it. Pete, ain't no prejudice about it. I don't even think you guys can see it. I don't even think you all can see it. You guys are gonna have to tell me if you can see it or not. But from shoulder blade to shoulder blade, I do got what they call an independent Maltese cross. There's some open areas in there that I plan on having my children's name. The love of my life. It is an independent cross. I in no way, shape, or form consider it an iron cross. But that's what it came off of. It came off of a, you know, like this is the Spitfire kind of. This is my demon. This was way before even the Spitfire. Here, I'll go up in this garage right quick and I'll show y'all. Alright, this is the last tattoo that I had done. I had it done in 2 different times. I had it first. This is my first tattoo that I ever had actually put on, other than, yeah, I already know. And I got that when I was 9. That when I was 9. My parents never even seen it till I was older. So there we go. That'd be it. And I plan on having a picture of the love of my life tattooed on me, as there is a portrait that I plan one of these days. I hope in no way, shape, or form offended anybody. I had this put on my back when I thought that I was in love with somebody. Indian Hispanic girl. And that. I had a Tongan Moan that is the one that actually tattooed this on my back. And it was the like only 10th tattoo he had ever done, and I only had the outline done up until I was 27 or 28. I had this one done when I was 18, the first initial, and then I waited till when I had my back filled in, I had my chest filled in at the same time. Hey, cheers, man. I'm taking me a fat milky dab with you. Ooh. Oh, that was a good one. Man, I wish I could take me a fat fucking milky dab. I was smoking me a fat fucking... You know, I've been thinking about it. It's been a while since I've been able to smoke some dank ass Blue Dream. Fucking... I forget his whole name. On Instagram. Dre something. Go check him out. If you follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow up to him and this and that. Presbyterian. Hey, that's a strong ass. That's that of religions. That's strict religious right there. No wonder you be. Yeah, I've heard. You've told me stories about your parents. You Presbyterian. So that makes sense on how strict your parents is. Donna K. So I grew up Baptist. I was raised Baptist. I was baptized in a Baptist church when I was a baby. And then when I just got re-baptized when I was 28, 28, yes. 27 actually, because it was 2 years before I moved up to Washington. About a year before I moved up to Washington. Scottish ancestry, Presbyterian, Scotland. Yep. Well, I can follow my heritage. I'm Irish Norwegian. I got a little bit of English and a little bit of Italian. But mainly I'm like 3/4 fucking Irish. That's where all this red come in. You know, all this orange and red in my chin. It used to be, then it's gone gray. You know, I'm up there at that age now. But you know, my last name's Peart. It's English, Irish, English. I can follow my. I've known my heritage since it's come to this country. I did in 8th grade. There's only been 2 reports that I've ever done, and one of which was because I whooped a kid's ass, and that was the reason why I got kicked out of school one time, because they wouldn't let me do the report. They knew how much I love cannabis. Always have. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier about my brother is when it comes down to scripture and all that is why I can't remember. Is because the only things, it's like since the internet's been made, right? The only thing I've ever Googled, the only things I've ever been able to Google, even before Google was around, you know, we was just getting on the internet. Intranet, back on the Macs and shit. So on an Apple fucking Macintosh, fucking little piece of shit. You're running at fucking no speed, you know. They didn't even know what RAM was back in the day. So yeah, all the only things I've ever known how to do and look up is 3 things, really: cannabis, some pussy, and some music. Because we was all over that LimeWire, that BearShare, you know, all that music crap. The Morpheus, we was all over it, you know. That was when that's what got the music banging. That's what got everybody able to download this, to mix this, the Napster, you know. It's all been something. But I've never been able to really memorize anything but one thing from the book of John. And I don't ever even necessarily get it right. If I was ever going to get something tattooed of scripture, it'd be this from the book of John. It's the only verse that I feel anybody needs. It's the only verse anybody needs. And it really comes down to it. If he's not great enough to understand, how could he be great enough for your needs? And it's just wrapping your head around that concept. So, you know, and that's what when I got baptized this last time, that's what I've only ever read one book in my life other than about cannabis. One book. I've never been able to fully read through the Bible. It comes down to it. I read Case for Christ. It's about, there's a couple different books on it, but Case for Christ is about, an individual that's married, and him and his wife are Jehovah's Witness. They don't believe. Well, then his wife, she becomes a believer. She becomes a Christian. Anybody that knows, there is no actual definition to the T of what a Christian is. Yeah, there's all different types of Christianity. But really, when it comes down to, there's only one. So this individual, this book, it's a great book. It is a great book. Anybody that ever wants to read it, look it up. It's like, it took me about, I had to teach myself how to read on top of this, everybody, growing up. Special ed, all that bullshit. I had to teach myself how to read. And that's why I feel that I need to be around my boy so much, so I can help him learn, because I already know the challenges that he's taken in. Yep. Hey. I'll never forget the last time I woke up to the love of my life laying or sitting next to me praying for me. I'll never forget that in all my life. One of the saddest days that I've had to endure, but I don't forget anything. Never have. And I might have put it into a different folder, but that's with my disability, that's what I do. So in how I've had to remember everything, I file it. Anybody that's ever seen that movie, I think it's like Spiderweb. It's a fucking weird movie. It's about aliens that come down here, and this one alien had given X amount of his friends, and they thought that he was a disabled kid and this and that, but he gave like 3 different people some powers or something like that, and one was able to like file his memories. And really it comes down to it that we can all do that if you can channel what it is that we're doing. Um, um, it's how I can place, time, position. Um, I'm not the greatest with numbers and this and that, but fuck, man, I do know numbers. And like I explained I asked my stepdad the other day when we were driving. I asked him. I said, "Homie, he's known me go through a lot of up and downs. He's seen me go through more than majority of people. If anything would have ever ran him off, it could have been me, and the things that I've done just solely." And that's what I thanked him on also. Because once again, here it is. I'm sitting with 13 felonies over my head being dangled at me. And I'm technically, I just have to stay in Arizona. I don't technically have to stay here at their house, but they're allowing it. He's allowing me at 30, going on 35 years old, into his house to deal with this situation. And I'm a grown man. Yeah, Donna and Ray, you guys kind of got me. For sure. For sure. I get what you guys were showing now. So, hey, I was just trying to put the two and two together. I was like, I don't understand how that's just me. I'm beyond sticky even sitting here. There ain't a part of my body that ain't sticky right now. Like, look, even my forehead, I'm shiny as a motherfucker right now. Sober as all get out. I have to take me some Tylenol PM here in a minute. But I'd be so fucked off. I didn't ever even fully tell myself what love was or how genuine we're supposed to be to even a woman. It didn't matter if I grew up with, more my mom, seeing her, and what she was dealing with because of men. She'd been married, this is her third marriage. That's what makes it kind of special about my stepdad too. He had been previously married twice. So they both equally had been hurt, equally been left by two previous people that had cheated on them. This is my story, and that is why a lot of people in my family don't like it. But they don't have to. And I apologize to them. But it's no different than when it comes time for me to write a book about cannabis. That's what this is. This is my story on cannabis, because everything I've gone through and the reason why I've been fighting my entire life, because nobody has ever accepted me. My mom and my grams, they sit and they get irritated with conversation with me. A lot of people get irritated, and they think because even me with a deeper voice, you know, I got a deep voice. A lot of people think it's overpowering. I'm trying to talk kind of soft right now because, you know, I'm in the middle of a cul-de-sac. It's fucking, what, it's like 10 something? Yeah, 10:25. I'm Mountain Standard Time now, so I'm not even fucking Pacific Standard. So it comes down to people always get and seem like I'm defensive or this and that. Like I was trying to explain, I showed my mom a brand new lathe that somebody had posted, how pretty it was. A brand new glass blowing lathe. And she's like, lathes aren't designed for glass blowing. Yes, Mom. Lathes have always been used for making glass figures. You know, they blow to blow glass and this and that. It's still being formed one way or the other in a device, in some sort of moving device, spinning device like clay or in all time. And she broke it down and was trying to tell me how, you know, my great-grandparents had given her, passed down an old lathe and had all these wood tools, and lathes have always been used for wood. No, lathes have also been used for metal. And by me explaining to her the breakdown of a lathe and what it's designed for, no different any dowel device or table leg or chair leg or anything, yes, that is going to be made with a wood lathe, no different than any type of dowel or, you know, that. So, you know, anybody that's ever seen how even those crazy candles are made, this and that, they're everything. So she took it very defensive, and she thought at the same time that I was defensive over it. And it's no different than how I'm trying to explain it right now. I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to teach you and stop allowing yourself to mind block what it is I'm trying to teach you. Because there's a lot of people in this world, no different than when it comes to cannabis, that already feel, because somebody else has taught them something, that is correct. You know, there is ways of doing things differently, but a lot of times it still comes down to the same process, just done in a different system or explanation of the system. You know, there's people that are better with words, so that's really what it's going to come down to. So it's not me trying to be overpowering. It's not me trying to be defensive in any way. I'm trying to teach you. And I'm not getting mad at you not wanting to learn. It's just trying to figure another way to explain what it is I'm trying to get out without you getting defensive at me trying to teach you something. I've never claimed to know everything. I will never know everything about cannabis. Never. I do know a fucking shit ton. I've studied it my entire life. Everything about it. The history of it. Our money used to be printed on it. On the back of a 1914 fucking bill. You can find us cultivating cannabis on the back of a $10 bill. in 1914. So, hell yeah. Hell to the motherfucking yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I plan on doing here in Arizona. That's why they shut me down so quick. The second I entered here, because I had all the paperwork sitting next to me in my truck. That's what I was coming down here to do. I was coming down here, you know, I started talking. That could have been the people that turned me in, because I went in there trying to sign on with them. It really, you know, oh, there goes my 15-minute mark. Damn, I had 54% battery on my phone. So, I'm going to rock it till the wheel fall off. You guys know how I do it. I rock it till them wheels fall off. I really thought that I was going to see my homeboy, my best friend today. I really did. I thought more than anything I was going to see him today. This motherfucker creeping. Living in a motherfucking cul-de-sac and these motherfuckers be peekabooing. I guarantee they're gonna stop at the house at the green light. Always. Always. Oh, they picking up a snack. That's what they doing. And you're gonna drop him right back off. Turned on the light in the car. Oh yeah, my homie got some green crack. He still got some bud from me. The last I had given him some. My homie got the stash, you know. He definitely got a stash. It's he got to do his. Hey, you have a good night, Donna. You know, appreciate everybody always trying to keep my head out the shitter. You know. Guaranteed this is old boy now. He's gonna all he did was go down to the end of the block. He spun around and now he's gonna come right back and he's gonna drop old boy off. So now you know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna be like, hey, that was not inconspicuous at all. These motherfuckers act like I seen you. Yeah. So I left my big jar that I had all my buds in. I left everything up there in Washington, man. I left everything. I had no choice. I had no choice. Guaranteed. I'd go chase that dude down right now and go take his sack. I'd be willing to bet. Guaranteed. The green light right there, that's a green light, and right where the green light is, kind of like this green light, that's where the bud's at. Guaranteed. That's 4 houses away. So you guys is here 1000%. Jay Screech is rambling on for the past minute about my life, past hour. I hope no way, shape, or form anybody said anything to her that you know, because it's one thing to care about somebody and this and that, but we do have boundaries, you know. It comes down to it that there has been certain bounds on, like, her family saying to me and what my family said to hers that should have never been said. Just like a true friend, my best friend would only say things to me in confidence that he would never say to her, because that's a true friend. No matter if they want us to be with that person because they feel that, you know, they're hurting us, because you don't want to see somebody you care about get hurt. And I know that I'm extremely sorry that anybody in my family ever said anything to her. Way before me and her. Because that's partially why she's gone right now. And she feels that she's doing everything the opposite that they told her that she wasn't doing. So, you know, that's really what it come down to. Hope everybody's having a medicated night better than me. And, you know, hey, if anybody's looking for a truck, I'll let it go for the low. I started off at 6,000 this morning. By the end of the day, I had it down at 5 or best offer. I do have my lowest number that I'm willing to go for the truck. And that's what I have into it. The lowest minimum that I'm willing to go is what I have into the truck, and it's for somebody to figure out what that is. Cheers, bro. All I know is I want life to change. I want life to change. I feel fucking disgusting sweaty. I hate this fucking feeling. I hate this fucking... This state feels so fucking disgusting. It sucks. Like, I'm choosing to be out here right now. But if you guys want to know something, if I go in the house, then I'm just sitting there in the fucking dark. That's why I come out here when I come out here at night. Because I have the TV shut off on me. I could be sitting right there. I go, I have the TV shut literally off. I'll be watching something right there with everybody, and they shut it down and go to bed. That's no different than the thought of how bad I need a bed. If you and some people are sitting there watching something, and just because you want to go to bed, don't you just go to bed? If you got a room, you go in and go to bed. Or do you shut off the TV on people and the lights and do that? I'll try to stay as chipper about it as possible. No different than watching people make stuff that they never once made one thing for my kids, for my children, and this and that. So, never bought them nothing. I can honestly say that. How many people you know that can honestly say how many people you know that can honestly say in their whole life that or not in my whole life, in my children's whole life, that they never actually received anything for their own kids from their own to their own grandchildren. But yet my sister had a kid, and I guess because she's a woman, I'm the first one in either one of my blood parents that had a kid. I had 2 children. I have 2 children, and neither one of my parents had helped produce ever a crib, ever a dresser, nightstands, this and that. Now, my mom, on the other hand, my mom's made a lot of stuff, and that is what breaks my heart to have lost up in the storage, because there is a lot of stuff in there that my mom's made for our kids that at this moment I can't get back. I gotta take it like it was a fire took place or something in that nature. I don't even know, but I do know that it still sucks. It sucks to not ever have anybody do stuff like that for you. Never had even my own sister, my own brother, neither one of my brothers. Everything I've ever produced, everything that my children have ever had, neither with her parents. Okay, her parents bought our son a bed. Yes. Um, yes, they did. They bought our son a bed and our daughter a crib. So, as of the first of the month, I owe $520. As of August, my monthly bill goes from right now I owe $250 something for the month of July, and as of August, because I have a late fee right now, otherwise it's $214 a month, but as of August it goes up to $250. I'm still the cheapest 20 by 30 storage unit in the entire place. I got it in the cheapest month of the year, which is February. And everybody else is paying like $320, almost $400 for their storage unit a month. And my storage unit is completely packed. You know, I explain to the love of my life. There's only honestly one thing in there that there's only one thing in there that honestly I don't feel I can live without, and that's a urine with my dog's remains. I had that dog for almost 12 years. My dog Kira, you know, I can lose anything, but since I lost that dog, yeah, I've been paying $215 a month since February just to keep our stuff stored in there. Trying to keep it because I didn't know, but no different. I was told that it's just stuff, and stuff can be replaced. And then I was told that, you know, I know math, and it still comes down to it that I'm the furthest thing from a fucking fool. I'm the furthest thing from a fool. Always have been more intelligent. So for people to think that I'm just naive and I believe things, just because you say it, that shows me a different character. So unfortunately, that's where that I've said some things that seem wrong and have been hurtful on the other end, but it's the face value of everything that I've been going through. The love of my life yesterday had the nerve to tell me that because she has to pay for diapers and certain things right now that I've been paying for 5 years, that 4.5 years, that, you know, the past couple months and this and that. So you figure about $100 a month. $100, all I know is my 5-year-old boy should be in fucking potty trained by now, and I believe my daughter almost is. But yeah, bills are what they are. Insurance is what it is. as it's always been. And if you're only paying liability insurance and you're not fully paying full coverage, which I was paying full coverage and it was $150 a month, 115 a month, and that was with 2 people on there, covered, full coverage, accidental, roadside, you name it. So if somebody's paying like $70-80 a month for liability, man. And you got a manager position at assistant manager position at a place. Shit, you should be making a little bit of coin, no matter what. In Arizona, minimum wage, I believe, is gone up to almost $13 an hour. Between 10 and 13 bucks an hour, I believe, here in Arizona is what minimum wage is. I know just off of a first 2-week check, if you work that whole 2 weeks, you should bring home about $400 minimum after taxes. If you're only getting X amount of hours. When they give you this and that, shit. If you're only getting fucking 29 hours a week, do the math. I know I can. That's simple. That's simple math. That ain't trying to discredit anybody. My phone's gonna die probably sometime soon. It's on 4%. I didn't say this stuff to discredit or anything that I've been told. No different than I explained to her that there was nothing needed. As I've asked a million times for what it is that I could use and help to see through it, that I'm able to make it. And that is showing me how much you love me and allowing me to see my children, no matter if it's with a picture daily of my kids. That is a daily thing that I am missing. And no matter how sober anybody can get, that hurts. No different than knowing that I might not ever. I got over $100,000 worth of stuff in that storage unit. It don't mean nothing. As other people never worked for it. It's just stuff. It didn't ever mean anything to them if it's that easy to let go. But my dog, when I came down here this last time, everybody, I drove down here with, like, I don't even wear long socks. Yet, that's what I'm having to wear. Because I only grabbed 3 pairs of short socks, 4 pairs of long socks. I didn't really know what type of weather I was going to be going through. I knew I was going to be camping possibly. I didn't know I was going to get stuck down here. I brought 7 socks, 7 shorts, 7 shirts. I left all my stuff up there. I only brought 1 backpack down. A small backpack that somebody let me borrow. And that stuff was packed on the day when I was supposed to be flying down here. I never repacked my stuff to come down here, brought any more, or any less. When I missed my flight to fly down here, I kept my bag just sitting there packed and trying to figure out the next situation, because I still had to be here. No different than I had still made an oath that I was driving down here, no matter what I was still going through up there, solo dolo by myself. Individuals still come into the house trying to rob me daily. My dog got taken. He got taken the morning after she drove away. So, hey, I appreciate people listening to me and this and that. Nobody will ever, you know. I appreciate it, Big Ray. Saying you've been through the same type of situation, and there's been a couple other people that say that they've gone through same situations and this and that. You know, you guys at the same time, I got family members telling me I need to just go and hand myself over to the words of my grandmother. She says that I should turn around and just tell them I'm ready to get it over with. There isn't anybody that I know firsthand other than probably my best friend that knows that I'm innocent. To the T. That's why me and my mom aren't able to see eye to eye on it, because she works the judicial system. And I have always paid attention to all her cases that she's ever explained to me, and this and that. I've gone to court with her a gazillion times. I watched, you know, cartel individuals, $1 million bail, getting bail. They bail out, disappear. Never seen again. So, on what they hold people for and what they don't, yeah, they're more than likely just looking for money. And that's one thing nobody's willing to help me with. So, if they're not willing to get that, they take your ass. Yeah, she said that cold shit. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I come from a long line of cold ass people, and they don't even see it majority of the time. No different than how they talk to people. So when people are feel that they're above you, it makes you like 99% of the stuff that enters my mind, I don't ever say. There ain't no point in it. Ain't just like, I could have blocked people a long time ago. The number one thing that I've never done is block people from being able to see me on my YouTube. I might block people from being able to see me on Facebook, Instagram. I refuse to block anybody from my fucking YouTube. Because this is mine. This is mine. And if anybody's gonna find me guilty on something, prove without a fucking reasonable doubt that I ever was doing anything here. I could block those individuals that was coming on trying to say something. They could be a couple of those little kids that is on here right now watching. And it don't mean nothing to me. I had blocked them on Facebook had blocked him on Instagram. But I'm not going to block him on here, as that's my right. But can't anybody. Oh, I got 1%. 1% is dying out. Mad love to the 5 that listened in. I'm 100% sober. Jeremy Peart, Godfather, has gone the longest without smoking and dabbing that I have since I was baptized. 2017. I think I got baptized in 09. So this past 8 days is the longest I've ever gone without smoking, drinking, or any type of medicating. I'd smoke the shit out of some fucking mersh right now. Seeds or not, I'd smoke the seeds. So this is me, and I'm out. It's gonna die. I just want it to end before it dies. Peace. I appreciate everybody. Have a good night. One more dab. Cheers, bro. Maybe one of these days be able to dab with you. Peace.